Pfeffer tracks the flow of the Columbia. The Columbia is so vast it's hard to imagine it vanishing. Pfeffer and his colleague Shad O'Neill are taking its vital signs, measuring the speed of the glacier over several years to determine whether it's speeding up or slowing down. To do this, they fire a laser survey gun at reflective targets, which they place on the surface of the ice. As the pilot hovers a few inches above the glacier, O'Neill positions the target onto the ice. Pfeffer locks onto the target and shoots a laser that reflects back to the stationary gun, recording the position.
I got it, you're good. Come on back. Okay, first one down. 1.1 kilometers away.
The target moves with the ice. By tracking its movement with the laser over several days, they'll be able to calculate the speed of the Columbia. Just down the fjord, Balog and Extreme Ice Survey engineer Adam LeWinter climbed down to one of the time-lapse cameras they installed a year ago.
Oh, yes, here it is.
Still all there?
Yeah, the camera's here, but
Nice.
What happened to the glacier? When I was here a year ago, the calving face was just right there. All right, we have pictures. It's a revelation. Every time we open up these boxes and download these images and bring them up on the computer and play them back, your eyes are popping out of your head.
Although carving is normal, the Columbia is losing ice so quickly that in the last 30 years the glacier has receded 16 kilometers up the fjord. Balog's time-lapse images capture a rate of retreat that shows no sign of stopping. In the last year alone, the Columbia lost another kilometer of ice.
I really never expected that we were going to see changes of anything like this kind of magnitude in the period of time we had to work on this.
This rapid carving of the Columbia is a symptom of its decline, but it's poorly understood. If Pfeffer and O'Neill can figure out what's causing it to carve more ice, it may help them predict the glacier's future. They're taking a curious tack by using earthquake technology to crack open the mystery of the ice. They're installing seismometers that pick up the vibrations of ice quakes, tremors that reverberate through the ice as it carves. From the seismic data, a pattern emerges that points to one clear culprit: water. They knew water was melting the ice, but it appears it's prying the ice apart like a powerful lever.
You can hear meltwater running right now, and it's all getting stuck in the glacier. And if you have a fracture with high pressure water in it, it can ratchet the crack open.
The seismic record confirms that the carving events have the unique signatures of fractures caused by water. As rising temperatures create more surface melting, the water pours into the cracks in the glacier and wedges it apart. The result is increased carving and a quicker demise of the glacier.
Oh, there's a big one coming up from underneath. There it is.
Balog is seeing this powerful fracturing effect firsthand as the fjord below comes alive.
that basal ice has come up from the very bottom of the glacier, that dark blue out there. As the ice and the snow are squeezed together, the air gets driven out of it. And so the color becomes more and more pure. The air bubbles are what make it white. And so when the base of the glacier breaks up, you get these fantastic sapphires and turquoises boiling up out of nowhere, you know, and that's what these bergs are.
It can take months of preparation and days to ascend.
There is a line that once you've crossed over it, you really are beyond help.
There will be hours in freezing temperatures.
You begin to lose any touch with the reality of what's going on around you.
But it only takes a second
Your judgment gets clouded.
to let someone die.
Yes, you're above 8,000 meters, but does it absolve you of being human?
The Dark Side of Everest. Part of Everest No Turning Back. Sunday from 8 on Nat Geo Wild.
From wildlife reserve to domestic surrounds, Nat Geo Wild joins Michaela Strachan in this brand new series telling real stories of real rescues. But it's not always easy being on the front line.
I've got my hiding space. I've put my glasses on for protection.
It can be a messy job.
Oh, nice. I guess I am standing in a really stupid place.
Animal Rescue Squad, weeknights from 7 on Nat Geo Wild.
Life in the jungle is simple, but never dull. For some enemies know all too well, it's tactics and survival of the fittest that get this pride through the day. Nat Geo Wild tells tales of interconnecting lives of the wild community, locked in a never-ending battle to stay alive. Big Game Diaries, premieres on Nat Geo Wild. He's back and facing his demons. Snake! Dr. Brady Barr revisits the Snake Palace to face the deadly reptiles from his previous attack.
All the name of science, baby. All the name of science. This is probably just idiotic.
Find out if it's an expedition too far in this week-long special. Dangerous Encounters on Nat Geo Wild. After several days of laser tracking, Tad Pfeffer knows how fast the Columbia is moving. 16 meters a day, 8 times faster than it was 30 years ago.
Go back to 1980. Here on this bedrock, we had ice above us 1,500 feet. Look at the trim line over there. That's where the ice surface was in 1980. And all of that volume is lost because this calving is so fast and snowfall upstream isn't resupplying it. So in that sense, yeah, it's going too fast and the glacier is kind of collapsing.
Pfeffer suspects that the Columbia is long past its tipping point, and it's only a matter of time